So, it's Dopamine Coasters again. Welcome to another one of my vlogs. I just got to Busch Gardens, Williamsburg, and I actually saw Pantheon running. I was worried that it was not going to be open today because it closes in 15-mile-per-hour winds, and it's also had some pretty bad technical difficulties from what I've heard over the weeks. But I saw it go over the top hat successfully today, and I saw it running, and I'm super pumped. I've been wanting to do Pantheon for so long. It's been my #1 bucket list coaster since it opened this year, or last month. So, this feels unreal. I'm actually going to finally ride Pantheon. This is what I was saying about Aranguazi. This was the same type of anticipation I had about Aranguazi, and it actually lived up. So I hope the same thing happens with Pantheon too. I'm already loving the park atmosphere. It's hella busy today though. The music is nice. It's hella busy. I literally waited 20 minutes in the line of cars to get into the entrance, inside my car. Plus, this is like the furthest entrance I've ever seen from the actual... This is kind of odd. This feels like a zoo a little bit. This is the furthest I've seen a park entrance from the actual drop-off area. So I don't know where the hell I'm going. I've never been here before. I'm here by myself. So hopefully this is the right way towards the entrance. I have not scanned my ticket yet either. That's gonna be interesting. Oh, but there it is. The line looks pretty bad. So I've already had a pretty nasty experience with an employee at this park, and I haven't even been here for 15 minutes yet. I wanted to go to guest services for something, went to a booth, said the booth was open. Then the woman gave me nasty attitude and said, "I'm not ready yet." Just like nasty. Just gave me some pretty bad attitude. And that does not help my mood right now. Not to sound like a Karen or anything, but SeaWorld, you gotta train your employees better. On the bright side though, this is the nicest Busch Gardens park I have seen. This is the nicest, most well-landscaped park from SeaWorld Entertainment that I've seen. I've seen the Pantheon's theming is not good, so this is a real contrast from Pantheon's lack of theming. It's kind of surprising to me that this park is so well themed, but then Pantheon is not. But I'm so excited. I'm going to start heading over there now. Alright, so the thing I liked about Busch Gardens Tampa is that Aranguazi was close to the entrance, so I didn't need to walk that much with all this nervousness and anticipation building up. But over here, Pantheon is on the opposite side of the park as the entrance, so I need to walk and just feel all that anticipation and nervousness. I'm a little nervous of whether it would have broken down since I've came, and I'm also a bit nervous about the ride. Like, it's a good type of nervousness. I have no idea where the hell I'm going. I don't want to get a map either. I don't want something else to carry around, but I'm sure I'll find my way. I'll just follow the signs, if there are any. But look, this landscaping and theming is so well done. Why couldn't they have done it for Pantheon if they didn't do it? If they were able to do it for this, I don't get why they couldn't have done it for Pantheon. But I'm not gonna complain about that too much longer because Pantheon, at least Pantheon is a good coaster from what I hear. At least it has good elements and it's good for what coaster enthusiasts want. So. If that's the reason why I'm coming, is not for the theming, for the actual ride. Pretty excited. This park is actually nicer than Busch Gardens Tampa. I thought Busch Gardens Tampa would be nicer. This is a nicer park in terms of landscaping. They did a better job here. In terms of the employees, so far I am not really liking them as much. Don't want to be a Karen about it. Just wasn't being treated here the best. But I hope I'm going the right way. Okay, I'm guessing this is the way to Pantheon. I have no idea where the hell I'm going. I'm like a GP here. This is the first time I've actually been to a park and not knowing where I'm going. I looked at the map, and the map is so poorly drawn that I can't even tell where the entrance was. So I couldn't locate the entrance to see where I'm at so I could locate myself to go to Pantheon. But I couldn't do that because it doesn't... I don't know the names of the different countries, but the entrance is themed to a certain country in Europe. And I don't know what country that's themed to since I don't focus on that here. I'm here for the roller coasters. So that's a hassle for me. But look, there's Griffin. It's the first major roller coaster I'm seeing right in front of my eyes. Yeah, from what I could tell, I'm pretty far because Loch Ness Monster is like right here. So I'm not close. I'm gonna follow the Mach Tower because I know it's in that area. No, Actually, I can follow, Tempesto. I can follow Tempesto and Apollo's Chariot because I know it's right across there. Wow, that lift hill, the sound of the lift hill is so satisfying. Wow. It's kind of... So I was going the wrong way. I actually asked a random guest where Pantheon was, and he was nice enough to show me on the app that there's actually a map, and it tells me where I'm at the map. But I'm terrible at following maps, and I still can't visualize how to get there. He even told me verbally how to get there, and I'm too stupid to figure it out. I wish there were signs. I wish there were signs with arrows that pointed to the rides. Like, this ride is that way, this ride's that way. They have that at Great Adventure. They even have that at Tampa, so I don't know why they don't have that here. Nope, this is not it. All right, so I cannot visualize the map. I'm not visual. I'm not a visual person. And the arrow's confusing. So I asked 2 more guests, and one of them was helpful to tell me to just go right and then follow Escape from Pompeii. I don't know what the hell that is. Probably a ride that's closed or something. And then make it to the Italy section. I never knew it was in the Italy section. I'm a GP to this park, and I don't know where things are. All I look at is the roller coasters. I don't study the park layout, study the different areas, no nothing. Just the coasters, because after all, that's all I'm here for. And there's a big building right here, so I'm guessing this is Escape from Pompeii. But let's see. What's funny is that half of the guests I asked where Pantheon is said, "What's Pantheon?" Half of the guests didn't know what Pantheon was. So I had to ask where Italy was. One of them told me it was in Italy. The one that knew told me it was in Italy. But then the rest of them didn't even know what Pantheon was. They're at a park and they don't know the name of the coaster. Kind of confusing. Oh, here's Escape from Pompeii. So good sign, I'm going the right way. But that is odd. How could somebody go to a park not know the name of a coaster? Well, I guess I didn't know the name of this ride, Escape from Pompeii. And, oh, it's like a water coaster? I did not know. I did not know that this existed, so I don't know why I'm bashing them, honestly. That's weird. There's a spike right over there. Getting closer. One of the employees told me it was running, so I'm freaking pumped. I hope the queue line's not too long, because I want to go now. I stood in so many lines already because this place is a bureaucracy, and they're like, "Oh, you want to do this? You want to get this done? Go to that guest relations tab. Oh, you want to get that one? Go to the other one." And I've been stranded here for an hour, not getting to ride Pantheon. Hopefully, the queue is not too long. There it is. See the sign. But I do not see it running. And I see nothing happening in the station. So I really hope it's not closed. I was wrong. I see it going. Oh, okay. Yeah, I remember people talking about this. You have to go up a ramp to go there. There it goes on the spike. Yo, seeing this thing in person is so surreal. Yo, roller coaster tracks just look so much better in person. I don't know what it is about it. You really can't match the insanity of how it looks like on camera than how it does in person. But yo, right now is the moment of question whether I'm actually approaching this or I'm actually about to do it. Because this has been on my bucket list. Actually, this has been higher on my bucket list than Aranguazi, believe it or not. This ride just appeals to my eye. Something about it. But people are on it, and yeah, the wait time, the queue does not look too good. Looks like it's a pretty long wait. Oh, 31 minutes? Yeah, these wait times are not accurate. Aranguazi said 30 minutes and it ended up being an hour. Not gonna count on it. Now, there are bins for phones on the station, but I'm nervous for my stuff, and the bins are in the exit, and I don't trust that somebody will not steal it. So, I'm gonna put my stuff in the lockers, and I'm gonna do an off-ride reaction and tell you my takes and what I think of the ride. So I just got off Pantheon, and I gotta say, that was quite underwhelming. I think I really hyped this up in my head for no absolute reason. This just looked cool to me, even before it got decent reviews, and I should have listened when people said that it wasn't as good as Velocicoaster, because this is not as good as Velocicoaster. This is my number 1 bucket list, and it let me down. That zero-G winder had less hang time than expected. I would say that Heartline roll on TMNT Shellraiser at Nickelodeon Universe has better airtime than that. I was expecting the little Outer Bank bunny hills to give me floater airtime, but instead it just gave me laterals. I was expecting the backwards airtime hill over the launch to be stronger than Icebreaker, but it was weaker. The drop off the top hat had the same amount of airtime as I was expecting. The spike had less weightlessness than I was expecting. I gotta tell you though, one thing is the Outer Bank was actually better than I heard it was. That was the only element that actually over-delivered. I was expecting it to just be weak laterals, but instead it was actual sustained floater airtime, which is a plus. Zero-G stall, underwhelming. The wave turn, biggest dud on the ride. It literally just slightly twists you to the side on the laterals. It doesn't throw you out of your seat like Iron Gwazi, no nothing. Just gives you slight laterals. I did this in the back row, by the way. I'm gonna go right now and ride it again to see if it was a fluke, because my first ride on a Velocicoaster was a fluke, but wow, did I hype this thing in my head way too much. Wow, this is just what happens. Honestly, lesson learned, just go into a world-class coaster with low expectations. Just do. I don't know why, I decided I was gonna have 2 days here. I might as well make the most of those 2 days. But if I knew Pantheon wasn't as good as it lived up to, then I wouldn't have booked these 2 days here. I'm gonna ride again though, see if I can give it another chance. Now that my expectations are low, I'll go into it. But who knows? Yeah, a bit of a disappointment. Today has been a bit of a disappointment. It took me, there were so many delays that just got me in the way of riding this, and it was a little bit underwhelming, so not in the best mood. Let me just try to ride again though. So I just finished Pantheon for the second time, second ride in the front row. That was so much better. Now I'm not underwhelmed anymore. This has gotten higher in my rankings. Front row is better in every aspect. Why take the back? The front is so much better. Everyone says the back is better, but it's the front. Like, yes, I get it. Like, the only good thing about the back is that you get good sustained ejector on the drop off the top hat. But the rest in the front is all good. The zero-G winder in the front was so much better. The launch actually felt more forceful in the front. It was very ironic. Those Outer Bank hills actually had, still didn't have any actual airtime, but had good laterals. The ejector hill in between the launch track is still the same. It's, maybe it is as strong as Icebreaker. It's just not as sustained. Icebreaker is not sustained ejector, but it's ejector. But this is not. This is just like less than a second of ejector. This is very, very short, which is kind of ironic because the hill is very drawn out. But in the front, though, you get good ejector on the way off the top hat and good floater on the bottom. And oh my God, that Outer Bank in the front, that Outer Bank. In the back, you literally get tilted to the side and get some floater. You get ejector as you hit the top on the Outer Bank. And then same thing, the zero-G stall was also stronger in the front. And the wave turn too. The wave turn in the back, it just threw you to the side slightly. But in the front, you actually got ejector while getting thrown to the side. So the front was definitely better. Plus the fun factor of the wind, yeah, you got yourself a winner. Front row ride Pantheon. I would say right now, it's at my number 7 behind El Toro. And Space Mountain just got dethroned into my number 8. It keeps getting dethroned by other coasters. So yeah, number 7 for now. It's at my number 7. El Toro at number 6. Velocicoaster at number 5. I still like El Toro and Velocicoaster better than this, but that front row ride was good. I'm going to do this some more times today, but I don't want to miss out on the other rides, so I'm going to go see what the other rides have to offer. I also want to mention a few things. I really don't like the way the quick queue is set up over there. Do you see how many people there are waiting at the exit? You know why they're all waiting at the exit? Because there's no merge point in the quick queue. It doesn't merge before the actual gates. What happens is they make these people just gather at the exit of the ride with quick queue, and if they want to go through, if they want to go on the train, then they have specific trains reserved for quick queue. Like, there are people standing on the gates, and then the people from the quick queue come from the exit and take their rows. Like, seriously, like, this is a major park. in Busch Gardens, Tampa, there were merge points, but here the Quickie literally just goes and takes the gates. Like, seriously, how unfair is that for the guests waiting in the front? Plus, not to mention the dispatches are so slow, you'll be waiting for this thing forever. Yo, like, I'm serious, man. This park has got to do some things better. Really bad customer service, really bad quick queue system. I mean, I had a good last front row ride on Pantheon, but besides that, I'm not too impressed by this. I'm not liking it so far. Just the way they do things here is just very off-putting. And I really don't understand why they have to do things so much differently here than in Busch Gardens Tampa. Because Busch Gardens Tampa was fine. And yeah, like, customer service wasn't the best either, but it's like, it was alright. But over here, I don't know what's the deal. I really don't.
Thank you, and enjoy your voyage to the sun on the wings of Apollo's chariot. Exiting guests, please lift up on your safety harness and exit carefully to your right. Thank you for riding the Apollo's chariot, and enjoy the rest of your day at Busch Gardens.
Alright, so I just did Apollo's Chariot. That was better than I was expecting. That was even better than Nitro. The airtime here is stronger than Nitro. On that drop, by the way, that drop had some good, it had sustained ejector, not just floater, it had sustained ejector. The hills had really strong floater too. And I love that part at the end where you think that you're going to go up into a mid-course, but then the hill just drops you one more time and then it drops your stomach. And there's another floater hill, and you actually get ejector there. Pretty impressed, honestly. Still not in my top 25, but still, this did, like, my expectations for this were very low. People said it's the weakest B&M Hyper, but I disagree. I think Nitro's weaker. It's pretty impressed. I honestly just have the urge to get in one more ride on Pantheon. Oh, and I forgot the Verbolten's here. I want to try that out. Heard that's pretty good. So I just got off Verbolten. Such a well done ride. They themed and did this thing so well. Plus, this is a bit too much for a family coaster. Those two launches are decently forceful. It gets more forceful towards the end. It's not like an initial kick at the beginning. It's just like gets a bit more forceful at the end. But those twists and turns indoors with all those lights, oh my gosh, that was so well done. And so forceful too. Those positives are so good. And I love, there's like this second surprise drop in the dark that just like twists you to the side and like has some good laterals. And then, actually, the drop track was better than Hagrid's drop track. This drop track suddenly drop trap has good airtime. It suddenly flings you out of your seat and drops your stomach at the same time, but it's not sustained. I feel like Hagrid's drop trap is a bit slower and less abrupt. This one is, like, the abruptness on this drop track is amazing. And that drop over there in the back row, because I did this in the back, had like some floater airtime and a great stomach dropping feeling. Although Pantheon's drop did not have stomach dropping feeling. On the other hand, Mach Tower, one of the best drop towers with the best stomach dropping feelings ever. So, just finished, the last ride of the night is about to go in the station. I just finished 2 night rides, pitch black night rides on Pantheon. Those were just so legendary. Those were better than my night rides on Aranguazi. This is still in the day, like, this is such a difference. The night rides, the winds, the smell, the everything in the night is just so much better. Pantheon Night Ride is my favorite coaster experience ever, by far. That was just so legendary. And yeah, also, this ride got better and better as it went. The more I rode it, the better and better it got. And now it's at number 6, dethroning El Toro at number 7. Sorry, guys, this is better than El Toro. The more I rode it, the better it got. And I was literally addicted to this thing. And I cannot wait to come back tomorrow. So, yeah, first few experiences in the day here weren't that good. I don't like the way this park does a lot of things. But, I mean, my last few rides on Pantheon were good. And some rides were station wait. Alpengeist was a station wait. Apollo was a station wait. And also, Apollo has a single rider line like El Toro where you could go right away. That was good. So, I genuinely enjoyed my experience, and I'm looking forward to coming back to ride this beast tomorrow and taking some footage. Right. Thanks for watching. See you guys next time.